So I got so upset. I'm sitting there and she's reading the riot act to me. And I suddenly just got so mad and I told her, I renounce you as my teacher. I'm going to treat you as my equal. And I tell her, both Giriambu and Kiboria are some of the premier schools in Kirinyaga County and in Gichugu. So we now go to Giriambu. That is third term.
Second.
No, actually, I'm not in Form 2. It's Form 1, third term.
Oh.
So we go to Giriambu and we stay Giriambu first year, third term. And we are in second year, first term. And Gomez comes back. And Gomez looks for my father and asks, where did my good student go? He wants to know why one of his good students is not in school. And they talk with my father and we return to Kiboria. First term of Form 2.
Yes.
Yeah. And later on, I leave Kiboria for Karoti.
Is it because of the same kind of
Form 3,
punishment?
we just met with another friend of mine. We were both in Kiboria. We met at Kutus when returning to school, first term Form 3. And we heard from another girl that the fees in Karoti were 100 shillings less. And we were carrying our fees. We decided to go to Karoti and remain in more pocket money. Please, whoever is listening, don't try this at home. But I got to tell you, I did it. So me and Janet, Maria, went to Karoti. My sister returns. My sister is I'm more obedient. Margaret returns to Kiboria. Me, I go to Karoti and we pay fees and we...
You just go.
Those days, there were never enough students.
So you had the money.
We just paid and we were left with each 100. Then I wrote a letter notifying my father that I'm now in Karoti Secondary School.
I'm seeing the rebellion coming.
By that time, I had sat for Kenya Junior Secondary. There used to be exams. Actually, the system we are returning to is the old system we came from.
Class 7.
Yeah,
yes.
Because Form 1, after end of Form 2, you would do Kenya Junior Secondary examination.
Oh.
I have done, and I have passed very well. And my father is also doing Kenya Junior, although he's a teacher, because those days teachers were being encouraged to increase their education. My father had become a teacher after Standard 8. My father is the lot that went to Standard 8, which was like junior secondary. So he has become a teacher, and now he wants to further his education. He's still teaching, but registering for exams privately. So we did Kenya Junior
Martha,
with my father.
And your father did exams on for the same exam?
Yeah, but me, I'm doing it in Kiboria School. My father is doing as a center in Kirugoya.
But it is the same exam.
And I passed better than him. He used to threaten me that he is going to do better than me.
Yeah.
Then I would count for him. You are a teacher, you are a farmer, you are a shopkeeper.
Yeah.
You can't pass better than me. And I would tell him if he passes better than me, I'm leaving school. So anyway, the competition would help me.
Yeah.
So we passed. So now I've gone to another school.
Yeah.
I think my father he just left me alone. Okay? What? And I'm doing well in Karoti. Karoti was not as organized as Kiboria then. And we were lacking so many teachers in so many subjects. And we were so many streams. 134 girls in Form 4.
So your decision was wrong?
4 schools. It wasn't a good decision. That's why I'm saying don't try at home. And because we didn't have many teachers, English was always my strength. So we had a study group where we would sit under a tree and we try to go through English literature and English grammar. I was kind of the lead in the whatever. And we were doing well. I was a good student. But you see, because there is that indiscipline,
yes,
and you are not having teachers, You can also decide even to miss a lecture and just sit outside.
And no one will.
And in the sun talking. You are just like all the other students out because there is no teacher in that particular subject. And Karoti was transitioning to a government school because Form 1 and 2, I went there for Form 3, were government aided. Form 3 and 4, we were finishing the Harambe classes. Karoti is coming up. Now it is one of the national schools in Kirinyaga.
Nice.
So I'm in Karoti. I do Form 3. I do Form 4 first term. And a headmistress comes. It is now a headmistress not on the Harambe side because Form 2 up to Form 2 is the government side now. The headmistress who has come is from the government side.
I get it.
And there is more organization. So I get into problems and I'm sent home. And we decide, we fight with the head girl. But the fight was instigated, I would say, by the same head teacher sending me home. Because I've gone home, we've been permitted to go home just before Labor Day, to go back to school on Labor Day, that's May. And I returned to school on a Sunday, Labor Day, it's on a Sunday, and I find my bed has no mattress. And I asked Pascalia, the head girl, where's my mattress? Because I'm told it's Pascalia who got the mattress removed. And she said some new Form 1s came, and the headmistress said they were not going to open the stores to give the mattresses of the people who are at home. They'll issue mattresses on Monday. So I asked her, where am I going to sleep? I need my mattress. So Pascalia goes to the head teacher. I eventually get a mattress. But the next day on Monday, the head teacher comes to class. And in front of the whole class, she is quarreling me for asking for a mattress. So I got so upset. I'm sitting there and she's reading the riot act to me. And I suddenly just got so mad and I told her, I renounce you as my teacher. I'm going to treat you as my equal. And I tell her off for attacking me for asking for a mattress, you know?
You said what?
I just renounced her as my teacher. And I quarreled her back. Now that's what got me home. The final time and led to expulsion. But now when I'm going out to park, because all the time she's talking, I'm piling the textbooks on my desk. So when I'm telling her I renounce her as my teacher, I'm getting hold of my books and I'm saying I'm returning the school books. I don't want to be in your school. And I take the books and I throw to her. And then she assaulted me. I threw them on her desk. So I'm going out. No, she didn't assault. I'm going out and I meet Pascalia and I told her, what did you go to tell Mrs. Medamo? Now you can see what is happening. So we get into a fight with Pascalia and people come and separate us. Then Mrs. Medamo comes and assaults me, fists all over my face. I was swollen.
What?
And I went and reported her at Wanguru police station. Before going home, I went, if you go there is an OB. I went to Wanguru police station, I was given a P3, then I went home.
What? Oh, you get home when you tell your dad.
That is now, my mother was so mad. Anyway,
New school?
I didn't go, no. I told my father I don't want to go to school. I just want to do my exam. You know, by then we had been registered. So my father just asked me, you know, you can't transfer when you have registered. My father tried even to inquire whether a school would take me to just be in school and then nini. But I told him I didn't want to go to school. And he asked me, if you stay at home, are you going to pass? And I told him, yes, I'll pass if he buys me the books. So he bought me the books. I wrote down the books I wanted. For English literature, he got me the Minerva Guide. They were called Minerva Guides, the ones the teachers used, which had explanatory notes. So I got the books I could get. The ones we couldn't get, we would borrow from, he would borrow from his fellow teachers. And I stayed at home from beginning of July to October when the exams were coming. And I commuted from my home in Kimunye to Karoti daily to do my O-levels.
They didn't let you just stay there and sleep?
You see, you are expelled. I ended up being expelled.
Wow.
So my father was also doing O-levels. Okay?
This, for context, is the Form 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he would give me a lift in the car. He would carry me. We would part at Kutus. Kutus, I would take a matatu to Karoti.
First of all, you had a car?
My father always had a car for the longest I can remember. Remember, he's a teacher and he has a shop and other things. So he would leave me at Kutus. I pick a matatu. In the evening after the exams, he'll come and wait for me at Kutus. And we'll join up and go home. So for 3 weeks, because the exams took 3 weeks, that's what we'll do. Then there was drama the first day I went for my exams. I'd already gone for orientation the previous day and I'd been shown they had put my index outside the school in a church next to the school.
What?
You see?
Yeah.
So the first day, obviously I went to the school side and I found them in assembly. We were doing a set book by Ayikwe, not Ayikwe, by Nkem Nwankwo, Danda. And the greetings in Danda were kli, 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 and then the people will return ye, you know. So when I found them on assembly, what do? I say kli, 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 and the whole school, because it had got no, they say ye. So the teacher looks at me very badly and say,
she started.
Your desk is in the, it tells me to go to the church. Anyway, I left them and went to the church, but I had disrupted her assembly.
So you sat your exam in a whole different place? Yeah.
But at least I excited.
Okay, there's a big question that I have here. First of all, Noah, I understand why the name the Iron Lady came. It didn't start in politics.
But surely, was it wrong to greet the assembly? I had not been in school for long.
I denounce you as my teacher. You are now my equal. That is.
No, I treated her as my equal because really what she was doing, she was so unfair to me. Yeah. Okay, I must say Mrs. Mithamo ended up being one of my best headmistresses when I became a member of parliament. She was then the head teacher in Giriambu. And Giriambu was one of my best schools.
Wow.
So she's a good administrator in spite of her having assaulted me.
Yes.
And she's now late and we became very good friends.
I love it.
I even appointed her a board member of the irrigation board when I was Minister for Water. Yeah.
So powerful. Look at that redemption story. Okay. There's a big thing that happens when people are in this age group of high school.
Yeah.
You're beginning to think what you want to do with your life.
Yeah.
Had that happened to you?
It was always clear, even before I cleared primary.
Before you cleared primary?
Yeah, okay, I accompanied, my dad went to Kirgoya court for a traffic infraction. I accompanied him. I don't know what we had gone to do to Kirgoya, whether I was being bought something or whether I had been taken to hospital and then we go to the court. You know, those days people do not call, they use the word magistrate, they say judge. Even a magistrate is called a judge. So we went with my dad to the magistrate's court and I saw this man sitting on a bench that was higher than the others and everybody paying them attention. After a while we leave the court and we are leaving the courtroom, going back to my dad's car, and I tell my dad, I want to be a judge.
Whoa.
I don't know what attracted me, whether the attention or the deference people seemed to pay him. I just told my dad I want to be a judge. He told me he had no objection, but I have to work very hard. So I put in hard work to be a judge. Even when I'm studying at home after expulsion, I'm studying to do well, to show Mrs. Mithamo I can get it, and also to be a judge.
Wow.
So I got my 2nd division because I had to abandon maths. Remember, I said Form 3 we lacked some teachers.
Yes.
One of them was a maths teacher. And maths, there's no way you could go through those theorems on your own.
Yes.
So I had decided I would drop it, but it was a compulsory subject. So I reasoned with myself that if I waste time trying something I can't do, I'm going to miss out. and to miss the grade to take me to A levels.
This is how you're thinking.
Yes, because I'm very determined to be a lawyer.
And had you decided where it is that you want to go for A levels? Did you have a goal?
No. You even don't know schools because your
Oh,
world
your whole
centers
life is
around
here.
Kirinyaga. So,
Had you gone to Nairobi by any chance at this
yeah,
time?
we'd gone to Nairobi, but mainly once or twice a year, like on our way to Banana. My dad is going to buy something, and around Christmas we'd be taken to Nairobi to buy clothes.
Okay.
Yeah, so at least I knew Nairobi to be with your hand held.
Yes.
Okay? And you know a place with tall buildings and all that. So,
So you sit the exams.
I see the exams. Maths being compulsory, you have to remain in the examination room for at least the first half hour. So I write my name, my index number, I draw a triangle, and I sit. After half an hour, I leave. So obviously you are failing that subject. And if you fail maths or English, you can't get Division 1. So I get my Division 2, but I have a combination for A levels. And I had already chosen my combination. I wanted to do literature in English, to do history, and to do either divinity or geography. So I'm concentrating on 4 subjects among the subjects I'm sitting for. And I make good grades to take me to A levels. So I took that combination of history, divinity, and literature in English.
Did you beat your dad?
Oh, I beat him, hands down. He passed, but I beat him. And he was very happy with me beating him.
Of course.
And I want so we realized when rumor gets it, because those days students are not so many. So rumor goes that Karoa's daughter has passed so well, she's leading the school in Karoti. And the teacher, my teacher
leading the school?
Yes. My teacher tells another teacher that even if she passes, when asked, I hear Karoa's daughter, whom you expelled, is now leading. She says, even if she passes, she will not go to A levels. I didn't send her career forms. You know, you choose the schools you'd go to A levels. So she lets the cat out of the bag in confidence to a friend.
What?
The friend comes home directly to tell my father, take notice, your daughter's papers were never sent. She will not be called to any school.
No way.
So my father comes to Nairobi and he goes to the office of the permanent secretary, where he is led by Kareithi, who I was later to beat in the Gichugu seat. Because we are neighbors, we are friends, so my father goes to Kareithi and says, my daughter has passed, wants to go to A level, but she'll not get a school. So he's directed to Mr. Gashadi's office. Gashadi was the PS Health. Education. I remember the name because it was a new name, Gashadi. So my father goes with my resort slip, and I had already told my dad I want a school in Nairobi. I didn't know which school, but I wanted to be away from that place where I'm being sent home. So my dad comes home with a letter the same day to Nairobi girls.
Cabs, what is now called cabs.
No, he comes home.
With a letter?
To Nairobi. He came to Nairobi only with my resort slip. He returns home with a letter of invitation.
To Nairobi Girls
Yeah,
School.
so Gashadi has made the necessary call and a letter has been procured from Nairobi Girls and I've come. I've been admitted. Reason? There were not many students going for high school.
For A levels?
Yeah, and especially girls. So if someone has passed and is willing, the ministry is willing to link you up. So immediately I got a school and I went, that's how I ended up in Nairobi Girls.
Okay, let's take a cut for like just 2 minutes. After this, we continue with this incredible story. What? Hey, Martha, you have a story and a 3/4.